Okay, folks. Hopefully my music's not too loud and hopefully everything looks good. Turn some light on here so you can see my shining face. So this is a psiscope number 2 test. This is the test for a friend's target. And it's going to be part of the blockchain. I'm not 100% sure I understand psiscope, but I will get there, and when I figure it out, I will let you know. I want you to know that proud sponsors of Wild Pacific Sardines, well, actually, not sponsors, but I like to eat these, and I really think these are good for your brain. So tomorrow I plan on eating a package. So my target is psiscope number 2. The time is 8:57. p.m. and it's 6:12:25. Wow, that's crazy. It looks like I have audio. Everything looks good over here. All right, let's give it a shot. So on my first test, I had a lot of conflicting data, so it felt like I was looking at 2 separate areas. So what we're going to try to do is I'm going to try to focus in on one particular area, and I'm going to try to get the data out and try to keep, my brain closed off from guessing for as long as possible. So I was given some advice, and I think I'm going to run with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is ideograms, and nothing but ideograms. So let's do this. Number 1. All right. So tonight's music selection is Moby's Whispering Wind. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I really like it. Alright, so the other thing is a lot of the other viewers do, like when I was working with Dumbledore, he would do these freehand ideograms. So my ideograms are pretty focused. I mean, I've got a general idea of which ideogram it is. Especially like structure, people, animals. I have very distinct ideograms. And the funny thing is I'm not seeing the ideogram, so I didn't put it down. It doesn't mean there's no people. It just means for whatever reason I'm not putting on a person. The other thing is I'm drawing ideograms I don't recognize. I mean, this one and this one. I don't recognize these two ideograms. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my ideograms out first. Whatever pops into my mind, I'm going to pop it up. But the other thing is I'm going to try freehand. So Dumbertle, oh, and then it's blue, so that popped up too. So Dumbertle would do a freehand. He would do a swirl or an arch or all sorts of stuff. So let's see if I can do some sort of so I'm gonna let that rest. So what I'm looking at right here is I've got something passing through. So I have something is separate from yet passing through this structure or okay. So this actually worked out pretty good. So this is facing this direction. This is going through like this. This is so this is rounded, upright, layered, edged. So we got rounded, layered, edged, upright, and passing through. We have colors. Blue. Okay. Layered, edged, upright. It feels big. I wonder if this is a continent. We're not going to wonder, we're just going to keep going. So it's big. What else? Just give me the data. Okay, so I think I've got all I can from this one. Layered, edged, upright, passing through. So it's two separate things. Two separate things. And this one's moving that direction. I think. I wonder if there's a north, south, east, west. You guys see this? Yeah. So if I'm looking at this, for whatever reason, this looks like that. Not that much. This looks like that. So that's north. So I guess that would be northwest. So this is kind of heading gently northwest. Okay, so I got a direction, northwest. Got a shape. Rounded, layered, edged, upright. Oh, two separate things. The color blue. All right, over here for ideograms, I've got water. I got hills. I got motion. Structure. Energy. And I got two unknowns. Okay, let me take a picture of it. Yeah, you didn't miss much. So I was told I need to do the ideograms and concentrate on just ideograms and get out as much information as possible. So this is how I normally do ideograms, and this is more of a freehand. But this freehand has a lot of information. So there's really something here. I can feel it really coming to forefront of my head, and then there's something separate either through it or behind it, and I can't. That part I don't know, but it's two completely separate things. So glad to see you're here, man. Let me know if everything looks good. Okay, so Yeah, funny. The other thing, the other color I'm getting is brown, and I don't know if it's a dirty brown or I don't know if it's like a vegetation brown. So I'm getting brown. I'm getting it like a flash of green, but I don't know if that's because I'm looking at the two colors combined or if that's something else. So 80 grams. Okay, so I gotta get rid of this one and this one. Structure, arch. Ooh, I forgot arch. Energy. Motion. Okay. Okay. So, for those who are wondering, my co-pilot's here, and he is watching and letting me know everything looks good. Okay. So these two ideograms. It feels like a plate or shield. It feels like it's moving or there's motion to it. You know, the funny thing is it's, I don't know if you can see that, but there's lateral lines in this. It almost looks like a boat hull, the way it's shaped. So these all go and then they bend toward this point here. So if I'm going to touch it, big, rocky. Large. Bare. I'm not sure what it is. Alright, so I'm going to take a break from that. Change my color. Let's go with blue. This feels like a hook or retain. Tying together. Electronics. Wow. So it almost feels like a diode. So I mean, a diode, that would indicate a stopping point. You can pass through one way. You can't go the other way. Zener diode would have a different shape on this, but it feels like a diode where energy or whatever travels one way. I mean, if this is an electrical item, this would be the collector plate here. The barrier. Receiver. Or voltage in. So if I'm going to look at this as an electronic device, it would be this would be an amplifier. If I'm going to look at this as a symbol to lock something in place, two hooks, anchor. So an amplifier or an anchor, because it also feels like it's tying points together. All right. And see, I mean, you look right here, it's offset. So you've got this curve and then it's offset. And then you get this curve with this here. That means something. And the other thing is I've got these two lines here. You see this one right here and this one right here. They mean something. So not only does this here mean something. This almost looks like a Tesla picture. I'm trying to remember what picture it was. It was a diagram of one of his oscillating I think it was a receiver, and you know, it was real basic. He showed the power in, the antenna, and then how he had circuits set up to gather information, so, or energy. So that these two at an angle, and that little point right there, and this hook all mean something. So there's this one image has three parts to it. It's got this part, the amplifier hook. It's got these two laterals, which indicate something. See, just like this drawing over here, it has almost like, it's got the same feel as this one here. You have this transient, I'm going to call that transient. wonder if that's transient energy. We're going to call it transient for now. It's fascinating because this is pulling me. That and this picture were just really pulling me. The plate shield is like an overall view of an area, maybe. Alright, so there's page 2. The big passing through upright edge layered rounded and plate shield moving or motion, big rocky large bare. We got transient and amplifier or electronics and or anchor tying point together. I mean, to me it felt like the San Andreas plates passing through or rubbing next to each other. I mean, if that's kind of what it felt like. Up in Northern California, of course, they've got where not only do you have the plates passing by each other, but you've also got where the plate of San Juan de Fuca, where I'm sitting at, is riding over and under and through, and I mean, it's just a mess up there. So if it was earthquake map or a world plate map, that's what it would be. It would be where the plates are all jumbled up. If it's an electronic device, like Tesla's, not the Warden Cliff, but the receiver for receiving power. This is a good description of the not power generator, but a power receiver. But I got water, hills, motion, structure, energy, and arch. Now the arch is, I don't know what the arch is from, but when I said arch, it felt like it really felt big, like the arch. Is it Minnesota? No, it's. I keep wanting to say San Luis Obispo, but there's a big silver arch that's in one of the middle states, and I can't remember which state it is. God, wouldn't it be funny if the arch is actually a rainbow? And this is actually showing. God, I hate YouTube.
Every Mazda is designed to feel like it was made just for you. I'll wake up.
Anyways, we got an AOL of a rainbow, and this would actually show how the light changes the angle as it hits a water droplet, which would of course form a rainbow. So it's going to be interesting. I'm kind of really curious to see what this target is, but I'm not going to try to throw AOLs out there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it at this information, and I think I will, without trying to make so many assumptions, keep it to the minimum. So, all right, guys. Let me check with my co-pilot real quick, see if he's got any questions or wants me to look at anything. Yeah, the St. Luke. Can you do the ARV hot cold binary thing to check and see if? Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you yet. The target I did the other night was it was a castle in Normandy, and the castle was by or on a river, and a lot of the aspects that I got of that castle were uh, very correct. And you were right. The hot and cold binary for whether it was in the U.S. was absolutely correct. It was outside the U.S., so it was really cool. I'm looking at the data. I got a lot of it wrong. Well, I didn't get it wrong. I got it. It's kind of a no man's land. The data was long story. It was not right, not wrong, but the I did want you to know that the binary worked. You were right. That that actually worked out good. So let's do a quick binary to see if it's wind turbine. I didn't even think about wind turbines. That's actually pretty good. All right, so hot, cold. Is it a wind turbine? It is not a wind turbine. Let me check that one more time. Okay, so it is not a wind turbine. Remind me, and I'll send you the picture. The castle was called. It was an actual castle. So the castle was called. Um, Mont Saint Michael's. And if you take a look at Mont Saint Michael's from the air, you'll see that it pretty much it matches the picture. So one of the pictures that I drew, there was a picture of like it was a picture with two angled points, and then I drew something around it, and then I drew and kind of like a seashell or a rib thing. I thought it was like a big rock, big rounded rock. Well, it turns out it is a big rounded rock. It's actually a big rounded castle. And the smokestack is very reminiscent of the peak. There's like this tower right in the middle of this whole island that when you're looking sideways at it, there's a tower. So I think we did really good on the data. It's just I didn't name the fact that it was a castle. It was definitely not a rocket launch. It wasn't the moon. And because it's over in Normandy, Normandy has a lot of shiny targets, like, you know, D-Day, which is just not too far away. So that's probably where that smell came from. That's going to linger on in history for years. So, a very famous castle, but it's very near a very famous target that has a lot of history. So, all right. Well, this is my psiscope number 2 test, and these are just the basic ideograms and data from the ideograms. These are not guesses as to what it is. because to me it feels like an earthquake, two plates rubbing up against each other, and it also feels like a rainbow or something to do with electronics. So, and I can't. I'm not going to try to sit here and figure out exactly what it is. Hopefully my data meshes up pretty good, but I'll let you know tomorrow too. So we're going to submit it today. In fact, once I figure out psiscope, I will let you know how to uh, look at the data because I think it's open to everybody. So psiscope, we're going to check it out on one of my videos. I'm excited. So, all right, guys. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you later.